Season 3, Episode 3 of Mayor of Kingstown, titled Barbarians at the Gate, starts off where we see a homeless guy discovering the body of Tatiana and her baby in a dumpster. And then Mike gets called to the scene, and Ian and Kyle are there, and they kind of identify the body. The baby is kind of almost alive, but will make it, and trying to figure out what's going on. And Mike's like, what the hell is happening? So Mike makes his presence known to Constantine. He goes to the club, beats the shit out about like 5 of his guys, and confronts Constantine. And great opening. I do want to get this out of the way right now. This is a very well written and directed episode. Just the flow of it made sense. Everything came together. And it's about where we see Mike looking over his shoulder now, not knowing what's going to happen or what's going to happen to other people that he cares about. I do also want to get out of the way that Iris is more prominent in this episode because we find out that she doesn't want to get her prince taken, but Mike finds out where she is. Kyle finds out where the mother's car is, and we find out that she did something. That's the reason she doesn't want to have her prince taken, but then it explained why she doesn't want to. And Ian, Mike's trusted confidant, kind of brushes it under the table. And as they're sitting in the room, Ian and Iris, she sees a picture of Constantine and basically says, yeah, Constantine's a pretty crazy guy. He's the one that would hurt Tatiana, without Ian telling Iris that Tatiana is dead. Switching to the aspect of Merle now. Merle Callahan, we understand who he is now, why he's there, but then yet what actually is it and why is he in the prison that he is at? So basically, he has his moment where he's seeing Raph and the Mexicans talking, and then Raph gets ambushed by the white guys and basically makes it out with just a cut on his arm. He uses a little blood, and Bunny kind of talks to Mike and says, listen, hey, you got to fix your shit or something's happening, because we're trying to figure out who got to Gunner, but he was under protection. So someone got to Gunner and killed him right in front of his daughter, if you remember that scene. And so it's like, is it Merle? Is it Constantine? What's happening and what's going on? Also, during visitation, as Merle is waiting for his niece, kind of this woman in red, a new character evidently, comes in, sits down in front of Merle, is like, oh, Constantine sent me. She slips him a little note. She kind of unbuttons her blouse, which probably didn't do shit anyway, because that scene doesn't make any sense at all. But then you see the aspect of, okay, what is happening? Who's connected? What's going where? And then in another scene, we have Merle and Kareem talking, and it's like, it's an interesting back and forth. And then Mike talks to Kareem, and Kareem is kind of the asshole in this season because he wants to run the prison like he wants to, but he's not going to listen to Mike, which I believe he should listen to Mike, because Mike is trying to keep the peace inside and outside of the prison and in civilization. So it's like, all right, what can happen? What can go wrong? And then as Mike is leaving and going somewhere, he has a tail behind him. Tries to lose the tail. The tail gets caught, and they fight. And we find out that it's one of Constantine's men. Mike dials number on the phone. We see one of Constantine's men at the club pick up. He's like, Constantine, we got a problem. Mike goes to Constantine and basically says, you need me here. And Constantine's like, why? Because you're the mayor? And Mike's like, absolutely, that's the reason why. So Mike stood his ground to Constantine, and it's like, wow, what the actual hell is going on? You see, you can tell that Constantine is that villain bad guy that doesn't give a shit, and we saw that just the way he killed Tatiana and disposed of a baby, like absolutely ruthless on his part. And Mike's like, no more dead bodies. Basically, that's it. So who's playing who? It's a cat and mouse game. What's going to happen? And at the end of this episode, we see Ian and a group of maybe 2 other cops walking out to their cars, and about 4 or 5 cars blow up. And that's the end of the episode. So it's like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? Who did this? Is it Constantine? Is it Merle? Is there someone else running things that we don't know about behind the shadows? And it's the aspect of, what is the whole thing of going on with Mike talking to the DA, and then Kyle training for SWAT. So it's really interesting how it all came to be. The episode is 40 minutes long. Very well written, very well focused on certain characters, especially the character of Ian, showing that he is loyal to Mike, which is really, really good. But now, with everything transpiring, and now this episode ended, what is the trajectory of this season? There's always a few good episodes in a season, and this is one of those episodes. It has been said, everybody's saying, oh, telling me in the reviews or in the comment section, or it's like, oh, Milo's still alive, this and that. Well, it's been confirmed that Milo is dead. Constantine even said it himself. Milo is just a pimp, and that was it. He kind of had to get rid of the loose baggage, so to speak, the way Constantine put it. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen moving forward in this season, because this episode got me back into it. And I'm just like, all right, what's going to happen? Like I said, keep saying, I'm curious to know what Iris did, what happens, how is she going to fit in? Will she change her life? Will Constantine get to her? What's the whole aspect between Constantine and Merle? Who's running things? What's happening? Can Mike McCluskey figure things out? Or will it be just a downward spiral from here on out? We just have to wait and see to find out. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 3, season 3 of Mayor of Kingstown, titled Barbarians at the Gate. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think about the writing, the acting? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? And what do you think is going to happen moving forward in this season after the events of this 3rd episode? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I will see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure you tune in next week for my Season 3, Episode 4 review of Mayor of Kingstown.